Abba, unfortunately, is not here, and Arun is here, and all of you said, our key thrust is polio eradication. Polio has disappeared, fine. But did you know these diseases have a different thing altogether? Disease doesn't go because of our treatment or vaccination. Disease goes when the immune system of the human beings improves. Remember that? These are called dynamic diseases. They have a cycle. If a layman wants to know what a dynamic disease is, I don't recommend you go into the medical literature, because there's a jungle full of dead wood. There's occasional teak or rosewood, but to get there, you will be eaten by the tiger or bitten by a snake. So I suggest a good book for you, a layman's book, which is called Turning Point. Book is called Turning Point, written by a physicist who himself became altruistic. His name is Fritjof Capra. Fritjof Capra is teaching physics in the New York University. Now what happens, this whole thing inside, you think, oh, science is very great. Let me tell you a small, quick story. 1907, J.J. Thomson gets the Nobel Prize, who was the director of the Cavendish Institute of Physics in Cambridge. Nobel Prize for saying that electrons are particles. Fine, Nobel Prize. 1937, his own son, P.J. Thomson, gets the Nobel Prize 30 years later for saying that they are waves. Nobel Prize. 1932, Erwin Schrödinger says they are wavicles. They are neither waves nor particles. Nobel Prize. And 1925, who got the Nobel Prize in 1956, Werner Heisenberg said, you just don't know what an electron is. Because you just can't see it. How do I see Arun? When I look at Arun, a few photons from his body eject out and hit my retina, and then I know Arun is there. Now if one photon leaves an electron, the electron becomes non-electron. This is described in the scriptures thousands of years ago. What did it say? Asino vrajati duram, shayano jati sarvata. You have an electron which you can't see. And so beautifully said in the Gita, which is from the Upanishad, which says, Bahir antascha bhutanam. It is inside and outside of everything. Charam acharamevacha. It keeps moving. You're all, moving leptoquarks, but you look solid. It's Maya. Charam acharamevacha. It moves but looks non-move. Sukshmavatet avijnayam. So this is the beauty of it. It is so subtle that no vijnana can ever look at the electron. That's the beauty. Durastam. For those who don't know, they don't know. Cha, aniketa cha. It's very close if you know. Tat. That tat was mistaken for God, and we lost science. There's so much of science in the Vedic wisdom that the Westerners now are trying to investigate. You go to any Indian university, they read Einstein's book. Einstein was a clerk in the patent office in Bern. But you go to Germany, do you know what they read? They read the Indian scriptures. The present president of the Max Planck Institute in Munich, the best physics institute in the world, Hans-Peter Dürr, a good friend of mine, has got all our scriptures and he quotes these things. Now he has realized E is equal to M. You and I are taught E is equal to MC squared, isn't it? No, E is equal to M. And he calls it as A duality. And he was telling me, what is my nomenclature of A duality? Look at those Indian seers. They called it thousands of years ago as Advaita. No duality at all. Fascinating, isn't it? Now I'll come to reality, my dear friends. Disease is directly proportionate to the virulence of the organism, but inversely proportionate to the resistance of the host. 1915, Theobald Smith was an American physician who had the audacity to say this, because up until then everybody believed in Robert Koch. Germ, disease, kill the germ, disease gone. No, disease has not gone nowhere. I won't tell you more about polio because it might hurt, because you don't want to know the truth. Truth is bitter. Truth is very bitter, and truth can influence only half a score of men in a century, said Aristotle, where falsehood and mystery will drag millions by the nose.